Text Expander from Smile is supporting this edition of MacVoices. Text Expander can help you be more productive in every single application on your Mac. Find out how at textexpander.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices, and we are at NAB in Las Vegas. We are making our annual stop by the Imagine Products booth to talk to Michelle about what they're doing that's new, because, Michelle, you always have cool new stuff that's not just cool and new, but it's useful.
We try. That's always the goal, is to make something that everybody needs. Sometimes they don't even know they need it until I show it to them, which is always fun. And keep it affordable and just keep that workflow flexible and moving right along.
So what do we have this year?
So we just released ShotPut Pro 2019.1, and we are already working on ShotPut Pro 2019.2. We kind of changed up our licensing options. We're doing rentals, things like that. You can go to the website and check it out. But ShotPut Pro 2019.2 is going to connect to our cloud, and it's also going to have the iPhone application available. So you'll be able to see exactly what you're offloading in real time on your phone. So you don't have to stay at your computer. You can go and have lunch occasionally and still be offloading and things like that. And with the cloud, you'll be able to have all of your job reports, proxies, things like that up in the cloud. All of our applications will actually eventually tie in to the phone application and the cloud application. So if you're transcoding with Prime Transcoder, you'll be able to have those up in the cloud, or the reports from it at the very least. If you're doing LTO archiving, you'll be able to now have all of that in the cloud as well.
So, okay, there are a lot of questions here.
I know, right?
So whose cloud am I sending my stuff to? Yours or my own or somebody else's?
All of the above, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Flexibility, right?
Yeah.
So we do have our own cloud, but we can also tie into other people's. So for example, if you have your own infrastructure set up already, but you just want to offload up into your own cloud, we can do that as well. That'll be a little further down the road, but it is coming. We've got a new partner, Frame.io. Some people have heard of them. That we are offloading up into their collaboration, space. So you can go directly from ShotPut into Frame.io and get working that way with the rest of your team. So, and we're always adding new partners and things like that.
So forgive me for focusing on the cloud, but
yeah.
So if I have Amazon S3 storage, I can send to there, Wasabi,
yes,
anything like that.
Absolutely. So I think that what we're using is Google and Wasabi on our back end, so it's going to be all, very functional, very comfortable for people, secure. But yeah, if you're using something else, we're happy to tie into that as well for the S3s and things like that. Yeah.
Now, I know you just told everybody to go to the website, but what did you mean by rental? I'm confused on that.
Okay, so we have our perpetual licenses, which is always how we've done things, where you just buy it outright. For example, ShotPut Pro is $149. You buy it, it's yours, you always have it. What we found is that people's workflows have changed. Sometimes they need to increase their workflows for a specific job. Sometimes they need to add a tool that they don't normally need. A great example would be if you normally have 2 DIT stations, both of them are running ShotPut, but for this job it's larger and you want a third one, you could rent a 15-day license, has all the same functionality as perpetual licenses, but it's just on a shorter window and it's a cheaper option for you. So we have a lot of people that do that. Or, for example, I have a customer who just rented Prime Transcoder. They don't normally do transcoding in their, everyday job, but for this particular client, they needed to do some transcoding. So rather than buying the perpetual license outright, they just did a 45-day rental.
That makes so much sense.
Right.
Because unfortunately, we won't get into the subscription option discussion, but we're all being kind of burdened down with all that because we want this stuff. These are the great tools, but we're not getting options for it and to be able to jump in and out like that is phenomenal.
Absolutely. We have some customers who cannot have any leftover assets at the end of their job, for whatever customer they're working for. So they can do a 15 or 45-day rental, turn that cost over to, their customer, and then at the end they just walk away and they have nothing left over, which sometimes can cause a little bit of issue at the end of it. So that has been one of the better solutions for us, is adding the rentals. It just gives people more flexibility and more options in their workflow and in their tool bag. Yeah.
Are you listening, software developers? That's such a great idea.
Thank you. Yeah, we had that feature request starting a couple months ago, and we kind of put our thinking caps on and thought, okay, how can we do this? And it's really worked out really well for us.
One thing you all seem to do is you take a lot of input from your customers about what features they want and how. What's the best way for them to give you that kind of input?
Yeah, there's a contact us form on the website. We also just pushed out a new website, and there's a lot of FAQs, and you can actually reply to all of those FAQs if you feel like it's lacking some information or you need some clarification, and all of that comes to right into the office. You will get a real person will respond to you within 24 hours generally. Sometimes it's a lot faster than that. We do on weekends, all hours of the day and the night, because we know that I might work 9 to 5, but you guys don't work 9 to 5. So we have to be flexible in our customer service. And I think it's something that people really appreciate that we do. We do take a lot of feedback. We try to answer questions as quickly as possible. We're happy to answer questions about workflow, even if it doesn't pertain to us. So sometimes we'll have people that have a bottleneck in their system, and we can help them kind of pinpoint that and steer them in the right direction, or at least give our 2 cents on how that might be improved.
Very nice. So what else is coming down the road that we can talk about? I know there are things that you can't talk about, but anything we can talk about that people can look forward to?
We are showing a sneak peek of our file comparison application, TrueCheck. So we used to do something called ShotSum, and people loved it. It just compared volumes to one another. And then so it needed to be updated. Then we had all of these ShotPut feature requests that didn't really fit into ShotPut Pro, because at its core, it is a file copy utility. And if you're not making a copy, it's hard to add a feature in that takes that part of it out. So it just didn't make sense to add some of that in. So TrueCheck will compare 2 volumes to one another and show you what's the same and what's different. Let's say you have a hard drive and you know that there's a ton of stuff on it, but you don't know everything that's on it, and you want a nice, pretty PDF report of everything that's on there. You can run it through TrueCheck, and it will give you that PDF report without making a copy. And then you can kind of go through and decide what you want to do from there. So that's just 2 of the features in TrueCheck. There's a few more. You can do a lot more granular search options than you can get in Finder. There's a lot of MHL reporting, some features in there that you can also work with. Yeah.
So in other words, go to the website, go check it all out, and try to keep up.
That's right. Yeah, try to keep up. We have been so busy lately. It's been great, though, so we're very fortunate.
Well, that website is?
ImagineProducts.com. Pretty easy.
Yeah. Michelle, it's great to see you. Thanks so much, as always.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Thanks for stopping by.
We'll do it again next year.
Always.
Okay. Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. We'll be back with more from NAB in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.